Out of just about my 4 months on this channel, I think I am now making the most important video that I've made on this channel. And what I want to talk about today is a hot topic and an important topic, but it's something that must be talked about. I need to talk about the ethics of Wordle. And this is because I've seen some profane stuff in my life about Wordle and like some just absolutely unethical heathens play this game. And I just saw another example of this on Twitter today. And I need to talk about the ethics of Wordle and just like, what everyone should be doing. Now, obviously, it's a game for fun. You can play it the way you want. But I want to make sure everyone is able to play the game with honor, with respect of the game, and understanding of what Wordle is truly about. So this evil tweet right here is basically what has, spurred my motivation to make this video. Now, we have the original tweet from a wonderful individual called Temporary Fap, who was posting about the Wordle from yesterday. Not today's Wordle. It's not going to be a spoiler. It's yesterday's Wordle, where basically they had the catastrophe happen to them, where they had a 5 streak of a needing to guess one letter and getting it all wrong. And now this heathen, this blasphemer, this person who is spitting heresy, is saying no sympathy for people who do the Wordle like this, just a fundamental misunderstanding of the game you're playing. Pathetic. And then they followed up with saying, now learning the Wordle has slang called hard mode, which appears to be a version of Wordle that requires less thinking. Interesting. And I cannot believe people, play this way. I cannot believe people think this way. You gotta use the words that you have, I guess you could try to get in like the least amount of guesses, but where's the fun in that? You're trying to snipe it. If you're not going for a 1 out of 1 and then progressively a 2 out of 2, you're just a fool. You don't have the honor that is required to play the game of Wordle. And like this person right here perfectly sums up, my thoughts on this. I don't know why they use white mode. This is another entire conversation we have to have. But saying, this is completely wrong. Playing Wordle not on hard mode is playing without honor. That you can end up in a situation such as below is simply what honor demands. And that is exactly what I'm trying to say right here. That is precisely the point I'm trying to make. That you have to play the game with honor. You have to try your best to get it in as least guesses as humanly possible. And not saying like, oh, I got the ORSC. Let me just try to find the other letter that's in there. No. As soon as you see those 4 letters are the ones you have to use. And the next goal is to get it in 2 out of 6. And if you get shot in the face by a occurrence like this, it is simply just what honor demands, like this Matthew Zeitlin guy says. And after this, I'm going to show some examples of, my Discord group chat that I have in, where we all play Wordle, and how I've instilled, and we've instilled, not even just myself, but we as a group have instilled a sense of honor among us, where everyone is playing on hard mode, and we shame those who do not. And I'm going to do a little hot take here, but this is completely fine, and this is something you not have to do. But I think another part of the honor of Wordle is using a different word as your first starting guess every single time. I know people have go-to words that they want to get, but I'm trying to snipe it 1 out of 1 or 1 out of 6 every single time I play. I'm guessing different words. I'm guessing words with Q. I'm guessing words with W as my first word. What if I hit the one word that has a Q in Wordle? What if it's like quiet or quail or quite? That'd be the greatest moment of my entire life. That's just me thing. You don't have to do this. This is not like in the script of ethical wordling. It's another fun little thing you can do to even further improve your legacy. If you get a word with a Q as like the second word and all that stuff. Let me just show you what true ethical Wordle looks like. Now, I'm going to say in advance, I am probably one of the worst performing Wordlers in my entire group chat. I think it is because I do use Q and fucking W for no reason at all, when most of the words don't have it. I think like a few days ago it was weave. So I guess maybe that's when I should have used it. But in my defense, at least I have honor. I may be a dumbass, but I do have honor. So this is my guess, I think, for today. Now, I'm obviously not going to show the word, but as you can see, this tragedy almost happened to me. I was 2 incorrect guesses off of getting shot in the face by the tragedy of the masses when it comes to Wordle, where there was a high possibility that I did also just guess the same wrong word 5 times with the letters. Once again, I know I had 2 letters there. I could have used 5 letters that weren't there and then, been the most dishonorable motherfucker on the planet. But no, we ride or die with the letters we have, and those are the ones you have to stay. I literally have it locked on hard mode on the actual Wordle app, so I don't fuck up and accidentally use the wrong letters like I've done in the past. And at that point, I committed, I considered, killing myself because, my honor was just tarnished forever. This is what an average day looks like. As you can see, the tragedy happened to one of my friends, and it almost happened to me again. And this is the risk you take when you're playing ethical Wordle, You're not trying to go for the most efficient route. You're trying to go for the route of getting the word as quickly as humanly possible, using the exact words you got without getting rid of them. If this happens to you, if it almost happened to me as well, that's simply the risk you must take when you play Wordle in the honorable way. And it's just 100% important that you have to play it that way. Another one with a lot of people going in here. As you can see, like a wide variety. You get a crazy amount of variety here. Someone almost got it in 1 of 1. We got a whole bunch of different ways of going about it, different ways of, solving the word. But guess what? We all use the words in that prior word that we had, because we all understand and we all have the honor that it takes to play Wordle in the most ethical way humanly possible. This one, this is a low turnout election, as you can see. I'm not like these fools. I actually suck, and I did not get in for when everyone else did. Now I may look like a dumbass, and that may be true. But at least I have my honor with me, as you can see by once again all the letters were being used again. This is a high turnout election, as you can see once again. Wide variety in it. These two are kind of similar. This guy failed, unfortunately, but you know what happened? He did use all the same letters again, and at least he died by an honorable blade rather than having like an entire gray streak right here to figure out the word because he was afraid of losing. He was afraid of the shame. But unfortunately, being afraid of the shame cannot bring you to have the courage to find the glory as well. I think he understood that by the tragedy that happened there. And this last one I kind of want to show just because I did equally as well as most of the people. I wanted to show that I'm not fully a dumbass, and sometimes I actually do well. I did have to go back like 2-3 weeks for this to find this one, but if you entirely ignore the amount of weeks I had to go back for this, you can see that ethical wordle is live and alive, and even I sometimes benefit from it if I'm not stupid and guess words with a Q in it, but I won't stop that because I love the letter Q, and it will be used occasionally for me, because why not? And so if you take anything from this expedition, I hope it is that, you understand how truly and what it means to play Wordle with honor. None of this hoopla of like not using the words you've already guessed, and like if you see a yellow or a green, then you have to guess it. None of that hoopla where you like get rid of it and say, I must get this word in the most efficient way possible. Nobody, you're a loser. Sorry, you gotta try to get it in 1 out of 2 or 1 out of 6, 2 out of 6, and progressively on using the letters that you have. And if you don't, shame on you, shame on your family, and I hope nothing good comes to you. That's what I gotta say for today. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.